Hello everyone, and welcome to another Softube Live. My name is Todd. We have a special announcement today, tape echoes, and a complete overhaul, a completely new version of Amp Room. It sounds amazing. Wait till you see what we have in store for you. If you haven't seen what's going on with tape echoes, get ready. So that track that you heard right there, I do want to give a shout out to PVD, or Pat Van Dyke. Pat is a great drummer from Jersey, or New Jersey, that is, in the US, and a great producer. Let's jump on into our screen. Tape echoes is not just, you have echo, you have reverbs. This is something unique. This is a dirty, gritty sound. This is something that gives character and vibe to all your tracks. Starting with just the drums, I'm going to put this in bypass for a sec. Here's our drums. The bass is just dry too. Here we go. Let's ignore the echo parts of tape echoes. And you're probably thinking, what the heck? It's called tape echoes. But trust me on this one. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down this great spring reverb we have. I'm going to put it all the way up wet. I'm going to bring down our feedback. I'm going to bring down our dirt. And I'm just going to start bringing up our drive. And we're going to take this slider here that determines the delay time, and we're going to put it over to just dirt. And the reason why I want to do this is I want to show you what Softube has captured here. We've captured that grit and that dirt and the vintage vibe that you get from these old analog tape echo machines. Now I'm starting to bring the dirt up a bit. So you can take that dirt and you can make it cleaner by going counterclockwise, boom, or you can bring it all the way clockwise to where it says bad. And when it says bad, you start getting more dropouts and you get some unpredictability in there, and you start to get, just as I said, that vintage vibe that you get from these old analog machines. Let's dive a little further, because obviously there's a whole echo component here that we're going to explore. So I'm going to take my dry wet. It's directly on as an insert on my drum track. So I'm going to bring it maybe about 20% dry, or 20% wet, mostly dry. And let's start exploring the reverb and what happens when we start to add some delay time. So let's bring a little reverb in. Listen to that. It's a totally dry reverb. Let's bring it in again. Sounds awesome. So we modeled the old spring reverbs that came with these units. Let's see what happens as we start to adjust the delay time. So I'm going to start by bringing up our feedback, and then since I'm pretty much synced to the DAW tempo, I can click underneath on these various subdivisions. So I'll bring it first on just dirt, and we'll start to click around and see what happens. Obviously, we have a dub type vibe going on with this song, and really the echo and the tape echo sound and feel and style. And that was all part of that dub style genre back in the day. They would have somebody manually throwing. I've always heard people calling it as throwing the tape, that you would hit a button and that was the throw that sent the signal to the tape delay, and then they would subdivide it between triplets and quarter notes and eighth notes, and also manually automate all this. So they would come in and click. And the nice thing about tape echoes, everything is automatable. So if you want to pretend that you're actually there sitting in front of a console with a manual throw, boom, you have echoes on, echoes off, and you could do that. So here in the middle, we have number of echo taps. So you can have a single simple echo tap or tape head. You could bring it up to dual or even triple. Listen to what happens there. So here we are in single. Bring it up to dual. And then on top of it, start combining that with the dirt and the drive and everything else here. Let's start bringing the dirt up and see what happens. We'll keep it on dual. We'll keep our feedback kind of low so we don't get too crazy with the drums. And that changes everything. Listen as I go from clean up toward bad. Listen to what happens with the sound of the echoes there. Everything gets wider, everything gets crazy, and if you go, wait, what was that sound at the end, that kind of weird glitchy sound? Well, we also modeled the tape glitch up and down, so you could come on in and automate these and just kind of go crazy with different tape type effects and tape stop effects. Which is super fun. We have a lot of different things that we can play with in this little panel on the bottom. So we can adjust our imaging, whether the echoes lean left or lean right. We have the ability to simulate whether it's working as a stereo style tape machine or whether we're simulating two mono style tape machines kind of working decoupled from each other, which is super cool. Listen as I play with that. So here it is in just normal stereo mode. And then I'm going to switch up to dual. And everything just gets wider and spacier. And you could pick to have your reverb before the echoes or in parallel. But check this out. We could even go, we have two really great quality filters. So we can roll out the bottom end if the echoes are starting to build up and get muddy, or if the kind of dirt is getting a little too harsh and you want to just smooth it out, or even make it more vintage and just roll out that high end. We have a nice high cut. So check those out. I'll bring the feedback up. I'll bring my dry wet up so you could really hear these filters. And here's the high cut. And once again, all of that can be automated. That's one way to use tape echoes, is directly on the track as an insert. Another way is to use it as a send. So let's check this out. We've got a keyboard and a sax part. Okay, so on its own, there's nothing wrong with that part, but it's just kind of dry, kind of plain. Now I have my dry wet knob all the way up to wet, and let me just turn on those sends and listen to what we have. And so this is one of those times that using the echoes on as a throw, as I called it, and kind of automating that echoes on could be really effective. I've got a great product video where I show specifically how to do this, but at the end of phrases, turn those echoes on so that you don't have those echoes building up throughout the entire track, but only maybe on the tail end or on the most important parts. So let's try that. We'll keep it totally dry. The reverb will still be on, but then we'll turn the echoes on at the end of each phrase. And I just had to do that for fun.